Who are you?
Well, Angel.
What do you want from me?
Change.
What you're doing now is such a low blow.
This movie is all about the power of angels and about the power of angels, in my mind, to look amazing. If you had to pick your angel outfit, Dolly, I don't know if yours is the one you'd have in the movie, but what would you guys want to wear?
Wings. Wings. And more wings.
Just like the biggest, glossiest,
Yeah,
feathery.
the biggest, with rhinestones all over them. But I actually did wear a lot of that stuff in this movie. I wore white, as you know, all the time with feathers. So I got a chance to do whatever I would have wanted to do as an angel.
I would do wings and I'd add a halo, like just probably something like a jewel encrusted halo. I could, just something that followed me around that's round and shed the most beautiful light on my skin, which is like what we all have with these Zoom calls. It's like, halo. I just want to be followed around with a halo that always makes me look flawless.
I think it would be an incredible kind of inspired by a big ballerina dress that would be sucked in at the waist. Amazing glittering wings, but that it would almost feel like a wedding dress in a way. It would just be ballerina time all the way down. Tulle forever and ever.
My angel would have an African turban sitting on her head. She would have kente cloth all over, and once again, like Debbie Allen, sucked in. And then she would rip her turban off and a big afro comes out, because the natural hair is an antenna to the angels.
You could argue that as an angel, you wouldn't even need to have it sucked in. It would just like be perfect and
This
lovely.
is true, like Miss Parton, perfect. Miss Dolly Parton with the rhinestones. We all love her in her rhinestones. And singing a Dolly Parton song. Leg it up each day and try, you make your best. Okay, that's it.
Why do you guys think that holiday movies are so comforting? Like, what is it about them that we can be like, let this wash over me?
Forgiveness, finding your joy during the holiday season and then doing your best to hold on to it all year. We've been trained to bring out our real joyful selves during the holidays, but there are also people suffering this year, 2020, and we all have to be very charitable, as charitable as we can be, because if it's one thing we've learned in 2020, we cannot divide. We must work together for love and understanding and forgiveness. And I believe that Christmas on the Square gives that peace.
Well, I think it's also something that allows people to believe and to dream. When you see a Christmas movie, and it's like believing in Santa Claus and reindeers and angels and possibility. It's getting, I wouldn't just say escapism, I would just say getting people to believe again in the truth of the human spirit.
Yes.
Real human spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just the coziness. I'm a cozy person. I love tea. I love knitting. I love handwritten cards, So I think that has a lot to do with it. But I also think it's just the nostalgia. It's just like reminding you that you always have a place to return to. And whether it's a physical place or a person who is, still with us or isn't with us, there's that there's always that to comfort you. So I've always wanted to be a part of a Christmas movie. And I mean, for it to be with this cast was just like absolutely never a possibility, but then that it would come and line up with this year, I'm mind blown by how grateful I am to get to like put this out right now. And I hope people love it. So I'm glad you did.
The scene at the end where you're like sitting on top of the clock tower with Dolly, I was like, that lucky bitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like,
girl, can I tell you, our amazing producer, Sam Haskell, we were doing that scene and it was one of the last scenes I shot on the film as well. And in between setups, he came up to me. He's like, "No, Janine, you're just, you know, we're through you. We are like loving and embracing her and just in awe of her. And it's so honest how much you adore her in that moment. It's so sweet." I'm like, "Because I do, because I can't believe and because I want to do right by." I know I would be watching the movie being like, this chick better be caressing that arm, better be saying like, "Thank you for 14 original songs and a holiday yumminess," So it truly was how I felt in that morning, in that moment. And that during that morning, I just was like so grateful. I just wanted to leave with just tenderness to her and gratitude, for getting to be a part of her like glorious party that summer.
Speaking of yumminess, one of the things I've been asking is, what is to you like the best Christmas cookie? Like the one that if they're on a tray, you're like, I guess I'll just have one more.
Oh my God. I mean, truly all of them. I'm just like, I don't have any restraint when it comes to the holidays. I'm one of those people that's like, November, I'm like, let's like commit to the gym this week. Like, let's like not skip it as often as we might want to, because we're going in come December, like 100%. But I'm excited to do just like homemade cookies. Like I always make sure to do that. It's just fun to like frost them up. And I think any other time of year, you wouldn't want that much frosting, but during the holidays, for whatever reason, I'm just like, load me up with frosting on top of frosting on top of sprinkles.
Do you have like a holiday specialty, like a thing that you make that you're like, oh, Janine's coming to this, she's going to make this?
No, but I like now with the quarantine of this all, hopefully this year we will start this tradition. My family, though, I'm Cuban American, so we celebrate Noche Buena and we do a caja china, which is we roast a giant pork in my uncle's backyard. So my family pulls through with the Cuban food, and there's a lot of Cuban pastries, which again, like, the nostalgia, the comfiness of Christmas is just your association with it, and that is mine. So I look forward to Cuban food because it means going back to Miami every year for the holidays.
I have what I call cookie night with all my little nieces and nephews. They come spend the night with me, and we make every kind of cookie in the world. They're some of the ugliest cookies you've ever seen, but we have so much fun doing them, even the tiny little kids. So the stars are always like the good ones. You can nibble on every corner of that.
Nestle's chocolate chips. It's chocolate chips, and my memory of my childhood is that the batter is so good. We'd eat half of the batter before we even put the cookies into the oven. My mother said, "You can't eat the batter," but that brown sugar and the butter and you add the chocolate chips. Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna eat the one that has coconut in it. Yes, and eat it in one bite.
I want the one with the sprinkles. It got a lot of sugar on it, but I can only have one because I'm 63. Girl, listen, I'm not eating no more than one cookie in these streets. But I didn't mention the lemon cake. I eat the whole thing. Girl, ain't nobody got time for a Christmas cookie. Give me a cake. The whole cake.
I'm famous for making lemon cake. You know that. Do you?
Oh, I'm coming with a mask on. I'm coming.
This movie is an amazing musical. Do you guys have a favorite musical besides this one or another one you've written?
For me, I love all the Christmas movies, the movies and the musicals. So I can't say I really have a favorite musical. They're just all fun to me. Anything to do with Christmas where everybody gets to sing, feel good, and dance around. And that's what's great about this particular movie. There's a lot of singing, a lot of dancing, a lot of fun, and a lot of love. So that's what you hope to capture in the movies.
Yeah, but Christmas does lend itself to musicals, doesn't it? Because Christmas is a time when even people with lousy voices, they'll sing Christmas carols and they'll feel at liberty to sing, and you actually hear singing on the street, right? And so, I mean, to me, like White Christmas, Bing Crosby singing to Rosemary Clooney and Rosemary, the sisters number that they did, and Danny Kaye and Vera Charles. That Vera, what's her name, dancing. It was just had everything in it, plus all of that emotion, in the end, when it finally is snowing at this inn, it's just, to me, just every year I've got to watch it with my grandsons.
I remember watching Chicago in theaters when I think I was in high school at the time. And I remember seeing Catherine Zeta-Jones in that, and she was just on fire. I'd always been familiar with musical, but the movie, the adaptation of it, they just were on fire, all of them. I remember thinking, I have to do this in my career. And a movie musical has been on my career like checklist since. And doing this felt like, oh my gosh, look, we're moving in the right direction. But I hope to God this is just the start. I will not stop until like, and please let it be with Christine Baranski again, by the way, the queen of movie musicals. I need to have my Catherine Zeta-Jones moment. I will kill. Someone let me in.
I really think that this movie, Christmas on the Square, has a lot of flavors of a lot of the old Christmas movies, and it's kind of like a love letter or kind of a kiss to those movies. And I really think that people will relate to it, and it'll remind them of different movies. And of course, I got a chance to write 14 original new songs for it, and so this was a real treat for me to get to write a Christmas musical. And I love writing, but this was kind of a challenge. But I wanted to make people happy with the songs and make them feel everything. So hopefully this will be one of those, and in years to come, people, when they get asked that question you ask us, they'll say, oh, I remember Christmas on the Square.
That's what Christmas is.
Christmas on the Square.